Hello people, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be going over possibly a big mystery inside of Piggy currently and how I've possibly cracked it. So before I start, make sure to leave a like on the video. So in the last video, I went over Tio's possible backstory as well as some things about Mr. Stitchy, and I realized that I missed some things in that video, so I will be covering the things I missed. So back to the drawing that was on the table showing Tio with Mr. Stitchy, I also noticed this. Now, if you look on the right hand side of the paper, you can see Tio's mask. So this means that the person in this drawing is definitely Tio. And not only that, but if you look on the same table where this drawing is, you see a purple cloth on it and what appears to be knitting needles beside it. So it's possible that Tio knitted his own suit, though I don't think so considering the fact that Tio's suit is likely a different fabric, but I could be wrong about that. And now before I get into what I think about Mr. Stitchy's case, let's first go over all the notes which appeared after the Halloween update. Now I know that there was one in the forest map, but that was only there during the time you could obtain Mr. Stitchy, and because it's been removed, it does not count. So starting off with the note in the school map reading, I gave him a face, I was his only friend. This is likely supporting the fact of the drawing in the castle map where we see Tio with Mr. Stitchy, and Mr. Stitchy is holding Tio's mask, though it could be the other way round because Tio was the one who created Mr. Stitchy, but in this case, I'm supporting the former rather than the latter. And the next two notes are both inside the carnival map, and this one reads, someone began to disrupt the countryside. The descriptions of witnesses matched his look. I never saw him again. Now people originally thought that this note was talking about Mr. Stitchy, because again, he was also in the map during the Halloween updates. However, I now think that this is Mr. Stitchy talking about Tio, because when he said disrupt the countryside, I think he's talking about Tio turning people infected, and also saying that the descriptions of witnesses matched his look. And the last one reads, when he learned of my condition, he grew sad and frustrated. He left. So after what I saw in the Hunt chapter, I thought that this note was talking about Tio leaving Mr. Stitchy because Stitchy had some kind of illness. But I still think that this is Tio saying Mr. Stitchy left him because he was becoming more powerful and superior than him. Now what I think about the entire deal with Mr. Stitchy as a whole is that in a way he is secretly the main one, if you know what I mean, though I could be wrong about that. And finally, I think I just solved another mystery about Tio too. So you know the Hunt chapter takes place in a castle. Well, what if I were to tell you that there is also a castle-like area inside of Book 2 chapter? No, I'm not talking about the Insolence Castle from the hidden ending. I'm talking about the dungeon room in the docks map. Think about it. If we saw all of Tio's possible backstory hints in a castle, where else do you think more hints are likely to be? In a castle-like area, of course, which is where the dungeon comes in. So you know how a castle usually has a king and a queen? Well, look no further, because the king and queen are actually inside of these tombs here in the dungeon. And this one reads, here lies Queen Viola, may she continue her fierce conquest in the afterlife. And this one reads, here lies King Milo, may he rule over the realm of the dead for eternity. Now you may be thinking, what does this have to do with anything? They're just tombstones. Well, remember when I said that more hints are likely to be in this area similar to a castle? Well, these are probably Tio's parents. Think about it. The Hunt chapter took place in a castle. We saw Tio's room that he was possibly a prince, and a castle again usually has a king and a queen, and that's where Queen Viola and King Milo come in. So it's likely that both of them were Tio's parents or were buried down here when they died. And then there's also this note in the same room reading, do you think they had any idea a tomb was here when they built the docks? So the castle is probably up in Doveport, seeing as the docks chapter takes place there, and that the castle used to be there but was demolished in a conflict, but the dungeon was still intact. And later on in time, people built docks over the dungeon ruins, forgotten forever until whoever wrote this note discovered it. Now, before I end the video, I'm going to go over some really good comments left on my previous theory video. So the first comment here is by Just a Person 2207, and they said, could it be possible that the docks are located where this castle once was? If this is set in the medieval ages and Piggy is set around the 2010s, it's very possible it could have been demolished. It would also make sense for King Milo and Queen Viola's tomb to be where that old castle was. Damn, this whole time we've been unaware that Tio's parents are the king and queen from the docks. Well, they most likely are. Again, a really good theory, and I also think the same too. This whole time they were lurking right there and none of us ever noticed. And the next comment is from dare_x9201, and they said, I know who Tio's parents are. It's King Milo and Queen Viola from the docks. I think King Milo and Queen Viola owns that castle and their son is Prince Tio. It makes a lot of sense since in the docks there are 3 gravestones. The first one is Milo and the second is Viola, and the third is unknown because it's Tio. Now that's a really great theory, because now I'm wondering, if the King and Queen have tombs, then the third one is possibly for the prince. And when you complete the quest for the crawling trap and lead it into the tomb, the note inside reads, soon. So it could possibly mean that Tio or maybe someone else related to him is planning another attack, but at the end of the day, they're only theories. So that's going to be it for the video. So if you did enjoy, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, comment what other videos you want to see me do next, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.